All right, here we are. Now that we have everything removed, including the ECU, got that mailed off, we're going to go ahead and do the first aesthetic modification, not necessarily a performance, and that's going to be removing this, what they call the whale tail. All right, now I'm going to be replacing it with the Yoshimura tail eliminator, Fender Eliminator, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to retain those 2 turn signals and install it on there. So this will make the bike look a little bit cleaner. So let me set you up. Before I do though, I'm going to show you the first set of bolts that we got to remove here, and that's going to be those 4 bolts right there. I'm going to take this one off first. Since it's a little bracket that's holding the reflectors, I'm not even going to use that. I'll have that off all the time. That unscrewed. There's a couple spacers there, and I think this plastic piece is attached to this right here. This little guard, I guess, helps protect the wiring that comes back here for the license plate and the blinkers up here. So I think all we got to do is just remove these 4. Let's give it a shot. This one loose here. Last one up here. All right, so this thing's starting to hang now. Take it off all the way. Cool. All right, we'll get you set up for the top end so we can remove the wiring, or unplug the wiring for it. So give me a second, we'll get you set up. All right, we're back, got you set up. I'm gonna remove the rest of this tail. Got to disconnect these wires right here. So let me pull this sleeve off. And it looks like all three of these wires are going to have to be disconnected. So let me get a towel, keep this thing from swinging around and scratching anything. All right, here we go. Disconnect the blue one. Disconnect the black one. And then we're going to disconnect this one right here, this white one. All right. So that is free. Now, we're going to go ahead and feed these wires back under the sub frame. This is sub frame, sub frame. All right, here we go. Just pull these through here. Hopefully these connectors will fit. There's a little bit of persuasion here. All right, get the white one out. Get this blue one out. All right. I'm going to get this black one out. All right. And we'll pull one at a time out of here. Get the white one out. And the blue one. And then finally this black one. All right. We got the tail off. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to have to remove these turn signals because we're going to reuse them. So bear with me and we'll get you set up on that. All right, now we got to remove the turn signals. So I got it set up here. Hopefully the lighting is good enough. There are, from what I can see right now, there's 2 screws here. And then there's a hex bolt right here. So I'm going to take that off and investigate. All right, looks pretty straightforward here. And I think the only thing I need to do now is just cut the zip tie, feed these through, unscrew here, take the plate off, and then wiggle this thing out. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. All right, just got to remember black is left. If that matters. All right, now that I got that top plate off, I got to take this bottom plate off. Let me get a little screwdriver. All right, got the bottom plate off. Okay, I think I just feed this through now. And that one's out. I'm going to take the next one out. Feed this one through here. Cool. Disassembled. Looking good. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to I'm going to leave this out because I'm not sure if I'm going to need this. I may use this and splice the wires together and then heat shrink it, and I'll have the connector. But for right now, I'm going to put this back on, and I don't have to worry about bagging and tagging this one here. Let me feed this through here. Now, if I haven't said it already, the whole idea of the way I'm doing the mods is that you can always reverse it back. I see some folks that do these mods, they have no plans of going back, and they just cut the wires and stuff like that. And I'm a little concerned about maybe me cutting the wrong thing or whatever, but this gives me a good visual on it. I got the time to do it, so may as well just do it. There you go. Yeah, I don't need to take this out because the Yoshi tail limiter has an LED light. So, but I will be reusing these because that'll mount on the brackets. And then I'm just going to set these off to the side for now. And then, of course, we're going to use the blinkers or turn signals. I think that's it for this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and get the parts, lay them all out, describe them to you, and we'll go from there. All right. Take this off, which is the license plate light. I want to take this off because I want to be able to use this connector. If I have to take it apart, I don't want to have to cut the wire again. I will never put this on again. All right, so I did correct my mistake here. Went ahead and got it longer. So I tested it, and then it's pretty sealed here. So I got, I think I got 6 inches. Let's take a look. Yeah, I got 8 inches. So I think we're in pretty good shape. All right. Lesson learned. Read the instructions. It says it right here. It says, oh geez, it says, cut the license plate light connector from the stock Fender assembly. Be sure to cut at least 6 inches. Sure read that, and I did read the rest. It's pretty straightforward, but I'm going to leave them right here. All right. So now we know we have to route this bracket is going to go into the 4 holes that are on the bottom of the fender. Okay, the rear seat, and this wire will pass through this hole here, and then it'll follow this channel, this little channel here, and then under the channel, or on top of the channel, where the seat rest, the bottom side of the fender rests, there's that hole there that'll take the wires. So this will kind of be the configuration right here under the seat, and then these brackets will attach in this manner here, like that. I think I have it on the right side, I'm not sure, but for the most part, that's where these blinkers are going to go and mount in there on these rubber grommets, and then we'll reattach these brackets that were on the inside when it was on the bike. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the wiring ready, and I'm going to go ahead and put the wires through that provided hole in the center, and then I'm going to make sure that it's fully seated on this plate. Just be careful not to cut it. All right, and then you can see it's seated all the way. All right, and then we're going to route that wire through this channel. And then we're going to do our connection. All right, so question is where is the negative? Okay, where is the negative on here? Well, I found that the negative is from the little push button there that helps release it from the other end, the other connector. Okay, it's on the left, and I would venture to say, and I'll test it, that I would venture to say that all connections that are to positive and negative, the negative will always be on the left from this little push button here that releases it. So I can give you a quick test of it. So I'll just kind of put this right here so you'll be able to see it. And then I'll connect the positive. And on this side here, it's going to be on the from your view, it'll be on the left side because I got it marked right here. So I'll put the negative in that. I'm sorry, I'll put the positive in that side. And then I'll put the negative in on this side. And then over here I have the stock battery on a tender. And then I'll just trace that wire. That's the negative, and then that's the positive. And you can see, I'm sorry, this is the negative, and this is the positive. So you see, you trace it right back to that black mark, and this is flat. Okay, so then I'm going to put it on the negative terminal and the positive terminal. And we got light. Okay, so this is working good. Even if I flex it, it works. So I know I won't have any problem when I'm routing this wire through that underside. All right, so now that I got my minimum 6 inches, which is actually 8, all right, I need to install the connectors here, the butt connectors here. All right, so we're going to look at it real carefully here. This is the negative, so I'll do the negative first. Make sure this is twisted up nice. They recommend 1/4 to 1/2 inch stripped away, and then what you do is you just get it in the center here, like so. Get the negative. Do the same thing. Get it in the center. You don't want that insulation in the center. All right, I'm going to set you up. What they recommend is that you heat the outside first. Heat the outer edges first. And get those sealed. Alright, that's good. That's good. Now I'm just going to let it cool off. And before I go any further, I need to put one of those shrink tapes on. Sorry for the. Yeah, before I get too far. So let me go get that. All right, we're back down. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna put that. Got to put that on there before I'm contemplating on whether I do. All right, I think that's the right one. I'm just letting it cool off right now. Alright, so what I noticed on this one here is that I could see the black better than I could on this one. So now I just need to, I think I need to heat that end up a little bit more. Alright, I think that's as good as that's going to get. This is a thinner sheathing, thinner gauge, smaller gauge wire. Or, you know, a smaller wire. Now I'm supposed to heat it in the middle now to melt that solder. Okay, the solder's melted. Alright, that worked. Alright, I'm gonna do the other one, and then we'll pick up after that. Alright, we're back. I went ahead and got this connected right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check for its continuity. So I'm going to just take this spare wire that I have here. It's pretty much same gauge, maybe a little less, a little more. Just stuff it in here. Do the same here. And the reason why I'm doing this, all this testing, is because I don't have the ECU. So I guess this would have been something I should have done before. But nonetheless. Alright, here we go. So I got the negative on this side here. As you can tell from the mark, that's the negative. And I'm going to put it on my battery, and we're going to check it, and it works. So I am good to go. The Yoshi wires are really thin, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful with the Yoshi wires. There we go. I just wanted to get a good seal there. We're in pretty good shape. It's not the prettiest, but hey, it'll work. Let me test it, make sure I didn't melt it all the way through. So let me test it one more time. Wiggle it around. I'm hooking it up to the battery. And we got light. All right, so everything worked. All right, now what I'm going to do is just put the small screws on the LED. Boy, that is not easy. That is not easy. Seems like everything about this mod is difficult. I guess that's why they call it a mod. I was just checking to see if the wire was supposed to come through here, but no. The hole is right here on the underside. It's right here. So we're good. Wow. That would have been a showstopper right there. All right, let me get this tightened up. I'll be right back. All right, the rest of this is pretty straightforward. I got the 2 small screws installed. So that holds the LED light. This is routed properly. I went ahead and just taped up my mess. And then now what I'm ready to do is install these 2 brackets, but before I do that, I need to mount the turn signals, okay? And according to the instructions, this this bumped or raised area is on the inside, and this is on the inside, and then this portion is in upward position. So if you look at the back of the bike, that's pretty much what it's going to look like. Now, I could install this Yoshi frame bracket. I think it's pressed aluminum, I'm not sure. But the problem with that is that it covers up a portion of the the registration sticker for the year and month, and you really don't need it. So I'm going to just mount the license plate, and I taped it up so I can take it off when I get it installed. So first thing I'm going to do is install these right here, and this is the left one. The black one is the left one, so all I need to do is get the left bracket, and then it's going to mount just like that. All right, so let me go ahead and get that started. I think it might be better if I move the light. Let me move the light. All right, I figured it out. I took the right one, and I thought maybe I should just go ahead and warm it up, and that'll make it a little bit easier. But there's actually a sleeve in there, and that sleeve comes out, and I need all those pliers, and there's the sleeve, and now I can go ahead and mount this. So again, I got the flat side on, get the flat side on the flat side here, and then just feed it through. Nope, almost had it. It is a little easier. I just need to get this down around that rib, and I'm almost there. There, got it. So Again, that's the left rear. And then I'm just going to take this plastic sleeve here, put it back in the same way it came out. It is wider in one area than the other, and just slide it in. There we go. We'll go do the other one. You didn't catch it the first time. This is the right side. This is the right. I'm going to feed it through here. I'm going to take the sleeve out. Just leave it on there. Feed it through the bracket. Get my flat side. There's my flat side. Put that in first. And then wiggle that baby on there. All right, success. Then we'll slide this sleeve back on. Cool. All right, now we're going to put this in like so. And get it in on one side. All right, that looked good. Oh. Let's try that again. Get a little water on that. All right, let's try it like this here. There. Just got to push it in a little further. There, now we're in. That's seated. All right, now I'm going to take this, wrap it around that should all right, make sure I got this thing seated all the way. All right. There. All right, that baby's in, and that is that's the right side. Is that the right side? No. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right side. Blue. So, right. Cool. All right, now we're going to get this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Let me put a little water on there. Try it again. there. So that's the method. Slide it from this side, pressing, and you'll get most of it in, and then the rest you can just pull back. I just want to make sure it's seated properly. So this next piece goes in, wraps around, and there we go. That one's in. All right, so we got the left and the right. The left and the right. Left is black. And then we come over here to the picture, and we can see in the picture here that's how it goes. So I'm going to move the water so I don't spill it. And I'm going to attach the license plate. So I'm going to need this and 10 millimeter. All right. And I need the license plate because that's the frame of the whole thing if I don't use the bracket. If I don't use this, I have to use the license plate in order for me to connect everything properly. Because what happens is when you attach this to this, right, and you know, you're going to attach the license plate to the bottom here, so it doesn't do this. So your license plate is actually part of the bracketing if you don't use that. And I like it that way because it covers up that sticker down here in the bottom right corner, and so that's why I don't use it. All right, so I make sure I get it stacked properly. It looks like the plate goes on, and then the turn signal bracket goes on the back side, and a washer and a nut. All right, so we're going to take the right one, and we're going to get the license plate. And then we're going to get this here. And then we're going to get a washer. And then the nut. And these got the nylon lock thread on there. All right, and then I'm going to attach a screw, a washer, and another nut to the bottom of the right side, just to kind of hold it in place. All right, so now I'm going to tighten this with the wrench and the Allen wrench. Guess I don't know of a graceful way of doing this here. So let me loosen that just a little bit. A little bit more. Okay. All right. So that's in there. All right, now we're going to put the left side on. Make sure I haven't messed anything up here. All right, put the left side on. Put the washer on. Putting it on. Do the same on the bottom just to get it started. Having the towel here really helps a lot because I don't have to worry about scratching everything up. All right, so I'm going to tighten the top. I want to get it centered. And this is going to be a pain in the butt to get off if I ever have to. All right. All right, so let me tighten these. I don't want to tighten them all. You want to kind of tighten them all together, because if you tighten one up, you're going to end up having to loosen it and make adjustments. All right, just want to make sure it's level because yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, we're going to tighten the top here on the right side. Tighten this one. Okay. Tighten the bottom ones. And it seems to be lining up pretty good. That looks pretty straight. All right, I'm just going to tighten everything up. Well, if somebody was going to steal this license plate, they'd have a lot of work ahead of them, that's for sure. Alrighty, now I gotta route this in here, I think. Alright, I know for certain these wires have to go through the hole in the underbelly, and this is the location of the hole. So it would be impossible for these to go anywhere else because there's only one hole under the the fender area. So now I got to try to get these in without. Yeah, see, this isn't going to work. I don't know. I don't think I can get this in. But you see, I had to grind it down while still letting it be functional. And this one I got on. So, I mean, the wire is in there now, so it's going to be harder to get it in without damaging anything, but I'm hoping I ground it down enough. Ooh, got it. Woo. Now I can put this little plug through. And there you go. That's how it's supposed to look. Nice. All right. And all three wires fit nice and cozy under there. All right, let me set you up on the install. Man, that was a lot of work. And the Fender Eliminator is installed. There's the underside there. Nice and clean. And then here is the cables routing. You can see those. You can see those cables right there. Those are the three cables. They route under this subframe, come out on the side and plug into the harness. And you see where I had to grind it down a little bit to get it through the hole on this right here. And it was hard. There's a hole right there, and it's big enough to get the white connector through, but not the blue and black, so I had to grind it down. But overall, I think it looks nice. It looks a lot better than that. Let me get that. Yeah, and you can see the difference here. Of course, it'd be over here, but without it, definitely looks a lot better. And it keeps me legal. Woohoo! I like it. It's nice and smooth under there. All right, we're gonna call it a day, and we'll pick up tomorrow for more mods.